Regrets are a normal process for stuff like this. Uh, I did that to try to stop it from yawning, but it didn't work. So, the starving games. Is the what the fuck is this? 5? Are we on 5? Is that what we're on here? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th installment in this seemingly never ending. There's only one more. Thank God. Of these parodies, and it's just gotten worse. I thought Vampire Suck was gonna be bad, but this, all this. Now I'm not as familiar with the Hunger Games as I am with Twilight, strangely enough. I think I've only seen those movies once a piece. And I didn't even watch the last one. I have them somewhere. My last one, I mean Mockingjay Part 2, because everything has to be 2 parts. Thank you, Harry Potter! And when I eventually do the Hunger Games series, I'm only doing those 4. Hell no! Am I going near that one with Rachel Zegler? She ruined Snow White. She doesn't deserve my money. So anyway, yeah. The plot is basically the Hunger Games. Can't Miss Evershot offers herself up for tribute to save her sister from having to do it, and has to fight in the Starving Games. Is what it's called, because no one has any food. They keep saying, we have no food, we're starving. But if all these people had no food, they'd be dead, or they'd start eating each other right now. It makes no sense. The only returning cast member from any of these parody movies is unfortunately, what's his name? Of course he's not on it. Won't be there. I can't think of his name. He was what's her fuck's dad in this one. He was on the Drew Carey show. I can't think of his name. You know he was Oswald Harvey Lee. What was his name? Oswald Lee Harvey? What was his character's name or something? I can't think of it. But he's the only returning actor. And just to show you how low this series has gone. This series started off 20th Century Fox with a little dip into Lionsgate for disaster movie. Then back to Fox, and now they are being brought to us by some production company called Catch Up Entertainment. And I don't think these last 2 went to theaters. I just don't remember seeing theatrical trailers for them. At all. No. So we start up by meeting our hero, Can't Miss Evershot, as she's in the field with her boyfriend, Dale. Which is a better name than Gail, but there he is, and her little sister. And the running joke is that their mom just does this. Yeah. And they're getting ready for the Starving Games, and the running joke is that they're starving. But again, like I said, it doesn't make any sense, because they would be dead if they were starving. They have legitimately no food. So it's time for the Starving Games, and we see our President Snowball, who's played by the aforementioned actor. Well, I can't remember his name. And he's organized this Starving Games. And they have to pick from District 12. So, of course, it's Can't Miss his sister, who's picked. Oh, after we have a bunch of joke names, like Hugh Janus, or I don't remember the other ones. I don't care. There's like 3 joke ones. Like, can we move on? please. Oh, and Seltzerberg has gone back to doing the pushing the joke too far thing. At one point during the Starving Games itself, there's a nut shot or something, and they're like, "Oh, let's see that." Someone gets hit with a cannon, and it's, "Oh, let's see that again in the replay." And they do it like 6 or 7 times. I'm like, seriously, why? They also completely ruin the whole reason why Can't Miss does this. Because she's like, first thing they do, they ruin it. They ruin it twice, technically. Because first time is a sister gets chosen. And she Can't Miss starts running around, "Yeah, it's not me, bitch. Woo, 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 woo." How happy. And then sister's like, "But it was me." Starts giving her the puppy dog eyes. Then she volunteers as tribute. And the sister goes, "Ha, okay, thanks, Can't Miss. Can't Miss. Have fun," or something. I was like, and then for some reason, they have Peter, not PETA, Peter Malarkey. Yeah, I'll give you Malarkey. Volunteer as well. I don't remember if he did that in the actual movie, but he does. Because he's got a crush on Can't Miss, which was not in the actual movie. They didn't really have anything until they got to the cave part, if I remember correctly. And of course, Dale is all upset. "I'm goofy." That's what I think about this movie. Well, yeah. To save myself from going shot for shot, it's basically you have stuff from the movie with a parody added to it, right? And they add stuff, like if you look at the cover, look at all the shit that's on the cover. Yeah, fucking Sylvester Stallone's on one side. There's again. Now let me bring it up so I can actually see what the hell's going on. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone over here. And one of the Na'vi from Avatar. On the back, I think you see the Avengers. Because it's, yeah. Do any of it make sense? Why they're there? They kind of try to work them in there, but no, not really. The Na'vi comes from, in the movie Hunger Games, where they get sung by the bees that cause hallucination, where she hallucinates a Na'vi, where they have hair sex. I don't know. Is that a thing in Avatar? I've seen it twice. I don't care for those movies because they have to make them so freaking long. Watching the first Avatar movie with my son was like doing chores. It took so long. We were watching it. Afterwards, I'm like, "Do you even like that?" "Yeah, but it's long." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a long movie." You think after 15 years or whatever it was that it took, maybe not 15 years, 12 years, took to put a new one out, they learned, no, that one's still long too. Speaking of movies that are long, it came out today that Mission Impossible 8, Final Reckoning, whatever it's called, will be 2 hours and 49 minutes. Stop. We need to make a mandate. Every movie shall be at least 90 minutes long with a maximum time of 2 hours. No further than 2 hours for any movie. I'm sick of these movies bloating themselves. And I've proven to you that they bloat themselves at the times that I have reviewed these long-ass movies, and I've pointed out things they could have taken out that aren't needed. Anyway, back to this thing. So, yeah, she hallucinates the Na'vi, and then later, so there's Marco. I don't remember who he's supposed to be, and he has a group of people. Peter is aligned with him. She's aligned with Ruby, or Rue, who dies pretty quickly in this, but I think that they go pretty quick through these, because I think the Hunger Games are long movies, which is not a good incentive for me. But so yes, and then they have this guy Celica, who's supposed to be Seneca. He's talking to Siri, who's controlling all this stuff. She makes a tree disappear. She makes a tree appear out of nowhere. How the hell does that work? Anyway. So I said Siri in my TV flash. I'm like, what? No, it's just going to the screensaver. Anyway. And, like, at one point he fakes his death because she's... So, like in the actual movie and the book, they're like, oh, two people can win, but you have to be the opposite sex. Okay, because it was going to be, of course, because this is a parody, the president is like, oh, let's do a lesbian love story. She's the only girl left, which... fair. I got something on it. There, I got it. That's what I mean. I hurt my gums, though. Just like, okay, I'll team with Marco. They're like, no, we want you to go with Peter. No, I think I'll go with Marco. And then he pretends to kill himself, and she's like, okay, so I'm going to team with Peter. I don't know what that does. I didn't even realize it was supposed to be Seneca, or Celica, until I looked on Wikipedia. I'm like, oh, he's supposed to... I should have. No, I don't know. But, no, I can't. Let me get a drink, please. So she gets to Peter. Of course, like the other movie, he's been hurt. So they have hide in a cave. And in the actual movie, it's kind of romantic. Kind of a little spark between them. Here, full out sex scene. Although it is very censored. It even has the president all over them. And then poor Dale watching the whole time. Because subtlety is not what these directors do. At all. Not at all. No. I had to rewind to get the end of this. Because the Avengers walked up and it went to credits. And I'm like, what? What did I miss? So I went back. And this is where I went back to. So, she comes out. She's confronted by Marco. But then Dale somehow shows up and Marco is killed. So is Dale, I think, because they summon because Celica summons the Expendables to kill them. But they're taken out swiftly because they suck. And then Celica goes, much like in the book and the movie, oh, by the way, we can't have two anymore. So in this version, it is Peter who comes up with the idea to eat the poison berries, where it's Katniss, I almost said that comes up with it in the original movie. Well, before you can even finish with the plan, she just shoots them with the bow and arrow because they don't care. Sorry. No hot feelings or something like that. I was like, but you totally missed the point of what that scene was. They were refusing to bow down to this regime, right? They were rebelling by saying they're going to take the berries. And that forced the president's hand in having them both be declared winners. But here, no, we got to end it quickly. So she shoots him with an arrow, he dies, and then Nick Fury and the Avengers show up to recruit her. Because they need someone with a bow and arrow. Oh, wait. They have Hawkeye. They then proceed to run down Hawkeye. You're never going to get a movie with your bitch ass. Well, he got a TV show. Does that count? Although it was mostly about the teenage girl. Or it wasn't teenage, but you know what I mean. The girl version. Kate Bishop. I made macaroni. Yeah. Oh, and they make a big deal at the beginning of this. That's another thing. The random cameos that doesn't make any sense because of the first cameo they have. They make a big deal. Oh, you cannot step off the platforms or you're going to explode. I think that's a thing in the original one too. But they have it like 30 seconds. You have to stand there. Then not Red Foo and some other guy from LFMAO are there. We're performing. Oh, you should have been in the other stadium. Okay, they sit down. Pff, explosion. But then later we see Psy is there, and he gets killed. But wait, how did he get there? If everyone came on a platform? Well, that's all the lead to this joke. Where all the Avengers are on a platform, except that. Oh, before that, she's like, "Oh, I'm hungry. Can we go get some food?" What do you think he said? What do you think he says we're going to get? What do you think? What do you think he said? What do you say? What do you think? Sure. Look, we'll get some shawarma. Ha 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 ha. Get it? Do you get it? Because the Avengers ate shawarma at the end of the fucking movie. And I want to tell you this, technically this is a post-credit scene, even though they didn't even go to the damn credits yet. So they blow up, and then it says, "Oh, we have the bloopers." And we proceed to have bloopers for the credits because it's an 82-minute film, and they didn't have enough stuff to fill the movie, so we're going to fill the credits with bloopers. But I will say this, from the bloopers, it does seem like they had fun making this movie. So that's one thing. Dietrich Bader, that's the guy that came back from other movies. Mariah Walsh plays the role of Can't Miss, Evershot. Get it? And I know her from Cory in the House, where she was it Mina? From Bahavia, which is not a real place, but yeah. Cory in the House is underrated, despite what Kyle Massey might have done, and the fact that they took it off of Disney Plus because of that. It's a good show. I liked it. It was, after That's So Raven being girl-centric, I'm like, it's a boy show, and then they only had one season. I will talk more about Cory in the House in December, but at least one episode. But with this movie, no. Just no. No. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, while they're in the cave, the Gandalf and the Hobbits show up, because the Hobbit came out that year. I don't know why. My favorite one of these so far has one that's filled with cameos. And this one pissed me off. Just because this is more so we're like, okay, we don't care anymore. We're just flinging it in there. Right? The Hungover Games, from what I remember, is the superior version of this movie. Because that has the Hunger Games coinciding with the Hangover. And it works. Don't tell me how, but it works. Eventually, one day, I will get that movie and I will do a video on it. I'm just saying. But for this, once again, it's not worth your time. It's not worth your time. None of you guys are pissing me off enough to where I gotta say they fry in hell. It's just not worth your time, and that's 3 in a row now. I think you get a cookie with that order of 3 in a row. I don't know. Yeah, you have to check with the front desk. But anyway, what are your thoughts on the Starving Games? Tried to finish with a straight face. In the comments below, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.